Warning, the following contains language unsuitable for minors. If you're under the age of 18 and have not heard the word fuck before, well, you have now.
Oh yeah, it's the weekend, and you know what that means. It's time for the most entertaining hour of your weekend. It's time for Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com with your hosts, Corey and Parker. And now, broadcasting from the HQ in Missouri, it's time for Pixels and Bits. Hello and welcome on to Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com. How's it going, everybody? My name is Corey and I am your host today. And over here is my co-host.
Hello guys, I'm back again, Andrew, Necker411 on YouTube. How's everyone doing today?
And we have a very special guest today for here today. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Bryan from ScrewAttack.com, sitting down here with the guys from the Overshields.
And welcome, Bryan. We are very thankful to have you here today.
Well, I'm glad to be here. This seems like a fun thing.
we embody fun around here.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
So, I think we're just going to jump right into it.
All right.
So, let's jump into the Overshield news desk. Hit the music. Alright, so I got a couple news stories here. First one, okay, who here hates the government interfering with video games?
There's much more important things they need to be working on right now, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So, how about them proposing a new bill that puts health labels on video games?
Have they shown anything conclusively about the link between video games and violence and all that crap? Don't think so.
Even the Supreme Court has dismissed it.
Yeah. It's like, if the top governing body has already said no, why do they keep pushing for it?
Because they don't understand it.
Okay, so the viewers, this is essentially what it is. The government is proposing a bill that will put a sticker on every video game, and I mean even frickin' Zumba Fitness. It says, warning, exposure to violent video games has been linked to aggressive behavior. And the Frank Wolf, one of the involved representatives who proposed the bill, is stated, and I quote, just as we warn smokers of the health consequences of tobacco, we should warn parents and children about the growing scientific evidence demonstrating a relationship between violent video games and violent behavior.
Because Zumba, a game about health, will kill you.
Exactly. I would love to see where they get their information about this stuff, because as you said, I've never actually heard of anyone, going beating up a hooker after playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, where are those stories?
Exactly.
I never hear the people who play Zumba Fitness so much that they just go and just dance themselves to death or just dance on top of somebody until they die.
Exactly.
That never happens.
Maybe in Florida.
God, everything happens in Florida. Everything happens in Florida.
Yeah, Rick Taylor, Senior Vice President of the ESA, which was involved in the previous Supreme Court case. What was it, Schwarzenegger versus ESA?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Has stated numerous medical reports, including research authorities and courts across the country, the United States Supreme Court, exhaustively reviewed the research Representative Baca uses to base his bill and found it lacking and unpersuasive. Independent scientific researchers found no causal connection between video games and real-life violence. I think this is something we all know.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm not going to play Mario and go out and stomp on a turtle.
Exactly.
There's no turtles around for me to stomp on. I live nowhere near a turtle. How am I supposed to commit turtle hate crimes?
What, there's no turtles in Texas?
Not that I've ever seen. Maybe in, zoos? Like the closest I come to seeing like hard-shelled animals is armadillo roadkill.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not good.
That's not good at all, man.
Texas.
I've never been to Texas. Is it true that everything's bigger there?
We do like things on a larger scale, yes.
They even got ridiculous belt buckles.
Yeah, blame the rodeos. They give those things away.
Alright, so next story. Who here's played Mass Effect 3?
I have not yet.
I haven't either.
I guess I'm the only one.
I know
Well, I
there's
guess everybody's pissed off about the ending.
Yeah, that's all I keep hearing about the game is how much red, blue, and green are the same results or something.
See, I've heard a lot about it, and even though I haven't played it, I've actually looked a lot into it. There's this guy on YouTube, I'm not sure if either one of you have ever heard of him, called Angry Joe, from Blistered Thumbs.
Yeah.
He did a complete video about it, about 23 minutes long, about this indoctrination theory or something like that, and how it makes everything make sense.
And it does.
It does, but it's still a crappy ending.
I don't think it's the ending people wanted, necessarily. It's not that big bang space opera finale.
Well, isn't it a kind of a rule that in an epic the hero must die?
To a degree.
That's kind of true.
Like the tragic hero cycle?
Exactly.
Well, hold on. That doesn't apply to Harry Potter. He cheated.
That's in Harry Potter.
Exactly. See, but then a lot of people were also complaining because you have this, you know, in an epic, quote-unquote, the rule is that they must die, but then a lot of people said, well, the argument is in Mass Effect, even though I haven't played it, it's all about the decisions you make, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, can you choose to live? But I heard the 3 options they give you at the end of the game are just complete bullcrap.
Well, it just changes like the outcome of the future that the game doesn't show you. It's pretty much like the game ends, but it doesn't show you like what happens to Earth, what happens to everybody, what happens to galactic civilization. It's to me, I like it that way. It's one of those open-ended endings that basically that makes you want to think about like maybe this happened or this happened. It's like you don't know what exactly happened. The only thing that made me question what the hell happened is at the end it shows like the crew that you took on down to Earth. They're somehow in the Normandy while it's like flying away, and somehow the Normandy's the only one flying away. I'm just like, okay, if the Normandy's flying away, why the hell isn't everybody else flying away?
Well, one theory about it is, like I said, I haven't played it. One theory about it is that it's all Shepard dreaming, because if you, when he's going, I can't think what it's called. He's going towards this gigantic laser.
Mass Effect is Mario 2?
I guess. I don't know what anything's called. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Where they're all running towards like this gigantic laser.
Yes.
Oh, it's with the Crucible?
Okay, sure, the Crucible. They're all running towards there, right? And he gets shot in his shoulder, but later on, he has an actual flesh wound in his side. And when at the very end, in the really, really good ending, when he takes a breath, everything around him, all the rubble is concrete, not futuristic metal, like where the Crucible is. That's all metal and stuff. So that's what makes me think to believe he was dreaming most of that. And if you actually listen to the Godchild's voice, it is a combination of Lady Shepard and regular Shepard turned into like a little kid. If you actually listen to it, it sounds like Lady Shepard. So that's one of the big theories, is that it's just kind of Shepard dreaming about all that. That's why suspension of disbelief, I think it's called, or something like that.
Oh, by the way, viewers, I forgot to say, spoiler warning.
Oh,
Seriously.
Yes, Andrew.
Sorry.
Andrew, shitting on the game for everyone. Well, it's one of the things I kind of caught. I was reading a Destructoid's article in defense of the Mass Effect endings, and they were saying in the first 2 games as well, regardless of what choice you made, there was still a same general ending that allowed them to keep the series going. So them doing it in 3, which is really just nothing new. So people are getting freaked out over something they've already done twice.
Yeah.
Well, they did say that more DLC is coming to expand upon the story.
You have to pay for the real ending.
Exactly. I don't agree with that.
The big rumor is that the DLC is free.
Oh, well, there you go.
No, that's the real story that we've been skimming over.
That's the whole point we were getting to.
Yes, we're just finally getting to it.
We've boondoggled our way to the actual point. Got it.
As soon as I bring up Mass Effect 3, we just started this whole conversation.
Sorry, had to go on a little tangent.
Yep.
Alright, so BioWare said they may consider changing the Mass Effect 3 ending.
I don't think they should. I think they should stick to their guns.
Yeah. Essentially, they started accepting fan feedback, and they're quoted saying, "We would like to clarify that we are actively and seriously taking all player feedback into consideration, and have ruled nothing out. At this time, we are collecting and considering your feedback, and have not made a decision regarding requests to change the ending." Just because they haven't made a decision, but they're like, "Yeah, we're thinking about it."
They shouldn't do it.
It's
Stick
like
to the ending you wrote.
exactly. It's like they're trying to cop out at the ending. It's like when a movie has not a happy ending, but after the credits they show something where the hero wins. It's like they go back on what they wrote, and it just kind of like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. Maybe
there was a big rumor about a few months ago that somebody was trying to leak the Mass Effect 3 ending, and
And they leaked this, and no one believed them.
yeah, nobody, yeah, and I can't.
Like, bullshit. They would never do that. What?
And apparently, there's a big rumors that they were worried about it getting leaked out, so EA told BioWare to change the ending. To avoid,
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, if that's true, that might explain a lot, but
this is the internet.
suck. Yeah. Alright, so let's wrap up this Mass Effect 3 talk, because we've been talking about this for a while.
Alright.
Alright, so next story. Oh god, this isn't really gaming related, but I just had to say this because this is taking a giant shit on my childhood. Michael Bay is making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
No, he's not. He's making a teenage alien.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In his version of the movie, they're not mutant turtles, they're aliens.
And there's explosions everywhere.
God damn it. Okay, if this is how the story goes, this is like, it's like on the planet Turtleonia, the Turtleonians thrived peacefully, and then one day the evil Shreddarians came by, and 3 and 4 Turtleonians were able to escape back to Earth, or something like that.
Don't give
Do
them
the Shreddarians
ideas.
bear any resemblance to, like, Decepticons?
Right? Are they gonna have some annoying heartthrob in it in the movie?
Oh, that's a Michael Bay prereq.
Oh, okay.
You have to have some sort of slutty female lead. And
Yeah,
someone
Megan
like Shia
Fox
LaBeouf
in a
to
yellow
make-
jumpsuit.
Oh, Megan Fox is April O'Neil? He'll do it.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh god, this is just gonna, this movie's gonna be so awful. I just know it.
But he's working with, like, one of the original people of TMNT, going back to, like, the old black and white
Yeah,
comics.
That's what I'm giving him a chance. I heard about that. I've actually heard that he's going to be working with people from the originals. So
Yeah.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt because I love Ninja Turtles, and I didn't think the Transformer movies were completely horrible. I just think he has explosion syndrome.
They were really good 2-hour toy commercials, which was all Transformers ever was.
Yeah.
Transformers is literally like one of the few like cult cartoons that actually didn't start as a cartoon. It started as a toy line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hasbro needed a show to push their cartoon.
God.
My Little Pony's the same way.
Oh, you're right.
Bronies.
It was the girls' equivalent. No, the original My Little Pony back in the 80s.
Oh,
Same way.
I remember the
Care Bears,
the original
toys.
My Little Ponies, man.
Can either one of you explain this whole obsession with My Little Pony? I really don't know.
No.
I don't get My Little Pony like the Bronies. I don't get Adventure Time. I don't get regular show. I can see how it's like weird, but like it doesn't appeal to me, I guess.
Well, to me, the only reason Adventure Time appeals to me is because I try to inject logic into everything, and that is like literally
okay.
one of the most illogical shows I have ever seen. Like
Alright.
the dog who pretty much is like, oh, he looks like a normal dog. Also, he just morphs into something. I'm like, what the fuck? What is he? Is he a dog or what? Is he an alien? I don't get it. It's never explained. It's just like, that's how it is.
I just know there's some character on a regular show named Muscles, and apparently his thing is like he ends every joke with "My mom," and I don't get that.
No,
I don't.
I think I feel like I'm one of the only people that I'm probably not even close. I really miss Toonami. That was the greatest.
Oh God, yeah.
Toonami was
Steve
like
Blum.
my middle school, junior high.
Oh, same here, man.
Go home and watch was it Dragon Ball Z, Outlaw Star, and like Gundam Wing was like my afternoon.
Dude, that was like, that was my childhood right there. Was the three
Right?
cartoons. Yeah.
I'll be honest. When I was younger, because I think I'm younger than both of you.
Yeah,
Probably.
Well,
You sound like it.
Yeah, I'm barely 18. So when I was watching
There you go.
Toonami, I did Dragon Ball Z was on and Gundam was on, but a little show called Hamtaro was on, and I actually really liked
Oh,
it.
I remember Hamtaro. I never really got it, but
I couldn't help but love those cute bastards.
oh God, you know what you're reminding me of now?
What?
The fried hamster story.
That was funny.
Fried
Right.
hamster.
Last
Okay. Last podcast
Context,
we
please.
he gave a story in the people doing stupid shit section, where this guy was basically arrested by police for frying a hamster in his apartment.
yeah, a live hamster. So
Animal cruelty, I guess.
yeah,
Yes.
Weird.
Ramen just won't do it anymore.
yeah. He needed something else, something better.
Oh.
Last story.
Something exotic.
Oh, sorry.
Hamster.
Last story. Who here knows of Zipper Interactive?
Yeah, I remember them all the way back from like Windows 98 doing a car combat game called Death Drome. I'm gonna date myself with that.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Everyone knows like their PlayStation games. No, I remember them for Death Drome.
I remember Death Drome.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, okay, Andrew, they made MAG and SOCOM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a rumor that Sony could be closing them.
What they just put out was Unit 13 for the Vita, which actually I got to play it at South by Southwest, and it's pretty fun.
I heard not a lot of people actually have that game. I was actually I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about that game. I haven't heard a lot about it. I heard it's kind of Gears of War-y. Is that true?
It is a third-person shooter, but I wouldn't equate it to Gears of War. It does feel, I guess, more casual than SOCOM. That's
But
would be
it's
one
not
way
like
to
it's
describe
not
it.
as hardcore as say like Ghost Recon.
No. It's very easy to pick up and play.
Because I love the Ghost Recon games, but those things have an extreme learning curve.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I tried to play just I guess when Tom Clancy games were first coming out, the original Rainbow Six. Just like those games I've never been good with. I wanted to kill too hard.
Yeah, it's just Call of Duty syndrome.
So this
Yeah.
this is sad. I'm checking out Zipper Interactive and the only game I've played by them is Top Gun.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Go play Death Drome.
Sad is that, as you know, I actually have a couple carts of those just so we can blow those up later.
Yeah.
One of the, I'm just gonna do the insert self promotion here. What we're doing is we're gathering a big box full of just really bad games. I even got like a brand new copy of E.T. And I got like 3 copies of Superman 64, like 10 copies of Shaq Fu.
Ooh.
And we're essentially just going to go to the gun range with them and blow those up. And then the final act is we're either going to blow up an Atari Jaguar or an Apple Pippin with Tannerite.
Oh, Tannerite's the way to go.
Oh, yeah. And
I
we're
know
gonna
we Tannerited some Shaq Foos. That was good times.
Oh, I saw that, and actually, literally, I started talking about this idea with some of the G1s at movie night, and they're like, oh yeah, didn't Screwtape do that? And I'm like, yeah, they did it, but I've had the idea forever. You know FPS Russia?
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, I got the idea
Full-time
for when he
Russian.
blew up his copy of Modern Warfare 2.
I watched him. Which was it? He had a Dead 360. I forgot what he took to it. It was some form of shotgun. it might have
He
been
usually takes a
explosives.
shotgun, a Desert Eagle to it, maybe an AK-47.
It was
Russian.
something... yeah, professional. It was something shotgun or explosive related, just annihilated this thing. This poor 360.
Anyway, we got really off topic from our story, but story is that Sony can be closing down Zipper Interactives, which means probably...
We started with Zipper? Damn.
I mentioned because the only game I played by Zipper was Top Gun, and then shitty games, then explosives, and
Okay. I'm glad someone's keeping track of this.
someone has to.
Right?
Anyways, I guess that's the end of the Overshield news desk, so it's time to move on to the middle segment, and the middle segment this week is you, Brian.
Me?
Yes.
Alright. Let's talk about me. I'm usually not this narcissistic. I'm usually pretty quiet, but let's go for it.
I want to ask you, what exactly is your position at ScrewTech? I know you're the community and promotions manager, but what exactly does that mean?
Well, I guess my titles are content producer, and then community manager and promotions manager. And promotions manager is really about, in the shortest form of that, that one is getting our content out there and seen. So if you see Death Battle on Capcom Unity or Go Nintendo, that's probably because of me. Community manager, I mean, that's get in touch with the G1s. That's trying to get you guys going, contests, and really kind of keeping my finger on the pulse of the community and seeing what's happening and keeping Craig informed. And then...
I was about to say, Capcom needs somebody like you.
Yeah, no joke.
Actually, oh no, I follow their community manager on Twitter. His name is Brett Elston. And when all that DLC stuff was going down, he just caught so much flack.
I can imagine. You mean for Capcom X Tekken?
Yeah, because that's one of the other things about being the community manager is you are often that first point of contact with people.
So you get a lot of the fire.
Yeah. A lot of my email is things people aren't satisfied with. And, you know, it's my job to relay that to Craig or to the people who built our site. And just kind of making sure everyone's feedback gets heard and feedback gets utilized and it goes where it needs to go and does what it needs to do.
So, what is the biggest amount of flack you ever got?
Let's see. There hasn't been anything really dramatic. I mean, well, really when we launched the latest version of the site, a lot of people, we rearranged stuff on the newest version of Screw Attack, and I guess people just didn't quite know where to go, didn't quite know where to see things they're used to seeing. So, we sat down after just accumulating all people's comments about, at the time we had our 3 kind of rotators of news, trailers, and games, and people wanted to have their own community rotator, but we had our own reasons for not doing that, and people were saying, community content wasn't getting watched, but really it was getting seen more than ever. So we've had to sit down and we had our live stream, a couple times now, where we've sat down on our screwing around couch and just had town hall meetings where we've sat there on Twitch and just talked to people for a couple hours to kind of let them know what's happening and allay their fears.
See, I don't mean to criticize or anything, so I hope this doesn't come off as that.
No.
The one thing I really miss about the old Screw Attack, which I know I'm in the smaller area of this, I loved uploading videos to Screw Attack. I actually did custom show or exclusive shows just for Screw Attack, and that's one thing I miss. And let me ask you a question. Did you hear anything about that, or because I feel like not a lot of people asked about that. Like I felt like there wasn't a lot of people uploading videos, so I know that was probably why you guys did get rid of it. But did you guys get any whiplash for that too, or no, not too much?
Yeah, there were definitely people who were upset with that, because I know if you go on Blip's thing is if you upload any copyrighted content that's not yours, we will shut you down. I know YouTube, you are a troll away from getting flagged, and God knows what happens to your work at that point. So definitely having the Screw Attack player open to the community was a good thing for all the G1s, but what ended up happening there was that was just, it was unfortunate or unfavorable business decisions, and that, you know, it's our player and we kind of need to be able to, like, we need a player that we can work with, that we're comfortable with, and it just came, unfortunately, with the cutting of the G1's availability to it.
That makes sense.
Because I remember a lot of people did take advantage of that. Peanut
Oh,
Butter
yeah.
Gamer was one. John Tron.
Yep.
And I know when the new site launched, they essentially just moved over to their site, Normal Boots. I know quite a few people did that.
Heavy Metal
And-
Gamer, some other ones.
Yeah. But that's one of those things I can understand why. Essentially, if they upload it to your site, it's not going to take up space on your servers and everything. And
Well, even still, I mean, people can still post their videos to Screw Attack because now they're on their own players, but they can embed that into a block on Screw Attack, so you're still accumulating all your views, but in one centralized place. So if you have your Blip player that Normal Boots has their own revenue deal on, or they just want to use their player, you can still use it, but you can still put it on Screw Attack.
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Next question. How exactly did you get started at Screw Attack? How did you meet Craig and get the job there?
My humble origins? Actually, it comes down to a college internship board. I was a radio, TV, film major, and I
Sounds
guess
a lot like Lauren.
Well, Lauren was broadcast journalism. She was like I guess her plan was more in front of the camera, more writing, whereas I was in school for more like behind the scenes stuff. So I was just looking for an internship, and I saw Screw Attack's flyer on there. Like, I was familiar with the stuff already, you know, didn't know they were in the area. So, you know, shot Craig an email, kind of went through the normal process of interview and got the internship, and then did my intern summer, which at the end of that turned into freelance work where I was writing video game vaults and editing them while I was still in school. And then school happened, and then I became, I guess at that point, I was part-timing at Screw Attack doing more vaults, reviews, helping out with hard news, and then eventually became full-time at Screw Attack, doing all that stuff. And then I picked up the community manager and promotions manager stuff. So in the course of about 4 years in May, I'll have gone from like the whole range of potential positions you could hold in a company, from intern to freelance to part-time to full-time.
Yeah.
Like I have slowly worked my way up the ladder at Screw Attack.
I can tell you work very hard at what you do. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get out of the office till 1 a.m. last night because I was working on the clip of the week.
Ooh.
And I got there at 10 a.m.
Jeez.
I have to say I do love the new clip of the week.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that one. I know it wasn't as Michael Bay explosions as people would have hoped, but we were trying to cram a lot into one day of shooting.
I don't think it's as much as about the explosions as the number of them. I think it's about like the pointlessness of Michael Bay's explosions. Like, there's just explosions just to have explosions. And
Yeah.
you did show that where you had Sam's character just randomly throw a pot and there was explosions. It's just like, what?
Yeah, I was like,
that
it's like,
doesn't do
where can I
anything.
fit an explosion in here somewhere? The pot. It just made too much sense.
Too much sense.
Yep. For a Michael Bay movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Logical.
Very logical. So Andrew, you have anything you would love to ask Mr. Bryan here?
I actually do. When working here with the Overshield, it hasn't been a lot, and the other podcasts I did do in the past, I've always been in charge of trying to get a hold of people to be on the show, or, you know, things of that nature. And I was actually wondering, how did you guys come to get a relationship with, like, game trailers and, you know, different other websites like that? Because I assume that was part of you, or no?
I think that was
No, Game
before
Trailers
Bryan.
Yeah, Game Trailers predates me by a while. That was Craig and Tom. They had already made
before
their
Ben.
first. Yeah, that was back in the days of Jocelyn and Stu. Craig and Tom were already making VGVs and top 10s.
Yeah,
And they had kind of posted them. They did VGVs on Screw Attack. They had their first top 10 was on some video game website. The name is currently escaping me, but it wasn't GT, it wasn't Screw Attack. And then also around that time, they had, I guess, kind of picked up the nerd on Screw Attack, and then GT came calling, and that's how we ended up there. But a lot of it is just, it's trying to get your name out there. It's talking to people at conventions. It's networking. It's hustling. It's, for what I've learned from just trying to do promotions or even getting a hold of games for reviews, persistence. You know, if someone doesn't respond to you, you know, that day, you follow up. They don't respond to the follow-up, you follow up again. You know, you keep knocking on the door until it's open.
That's good advice.
A lot of this, I'm sure as you're figuring out, hustle.
Yes.
It's not easy to make a website work. You will hustle, you will work long and late, but the payoff is worth it.
One of the
To
things
do what you love, yeah.
One of the things that I've recently come to understand is pretty much that early on I wanted to try and make reviews a central focus for our site. And then I started actually writing the scripts for my reviews, and unfortunately I was writing college papers at the time, so when I was writing these reviews I read them over. I'm like, God damn it, these read like college papers. Nobody's gonna like these. And so I tried changing my writing style. And then unfortunately this it came out fairly decent, but it made me realize that you have to take baby steps before you can take a leap.
Oh, yeah.
And that reviews aren't really what's going to get you noticed. It has to be something unique. So
Yeah.
I've personally decided just to put off reviews. We still have a guy and Andrew who they do smaller reviews or indie game reviews and this and that. But like it's like I thought about doing a review of say Mass Effect 3 and this and that, and then everybody was like, well, everybody's doing a Mass Effect 3 review. And
Well, at least in my experience, and I'm not sure if this is true, Brian, but like when you review a new game, that's when you get a lot of exposure, right? Because it's new. Like
Yeah.
if you can get it out within like a week of it coming out, but
that's
it's
the
just
problem.
harder for a smaller website. We don't get the games like you would.
Oh, well, even still, we get stuff not necessarily in advance. I mean, we got Street Fighter Cross Tekken day of release, and on top of, you know, at ScrewTech, we all wear many, many hats, have many, many roles. That's why it took me 2.5 weeks to get that Cross Tekken review out. But the thing about making your site noticed is that there's thousands of people who will have a Mass Effect 3 review, but it's how you make it yours. Like, you really have to find your voice, your style, that will make people know this is a Screw Attack piece. Oh, this is an Overshield piece. And news reviews, everyone does that. It's about making a unique spin on it that will draw people.
Exactly.
What I've decided instead is to limit reviews instead. This is okay. Official announcement, I guess. We're going to start a new show. I guess have you guys ever watched Extra Credits?
Oh yeah, it started on Screw Attack.
Yeah. We essentially decided to we like Extra Credits. I love this how they present different points but use the simple animation and everything. So what we're going to do is instead of presenting a point, we're going to take a subject and then have two different sides to it. The first episode that we're working on, this is not the set topic, but it's what we're planning on, is the Mass Effect 3 ending. And we will have one person arguing for the ending, why it should stay, why it's good, why people should stop bitching about it. And then we're going to have somebody saying, oh, this is why we hate it, this is why it needs to go, and this and that. But we don't give the person a conclusion, they have to come up with their own. But it all be presented through simple animation stills, and I just thought that would be unique. A very unique show is giving people two sides of the coin and letting them decide.
Yeah, I mean, usually you just see someone ranting about how much they hate something. So, being able to give both sides of that argument could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, we've been pretty lucky so far, in my opinion. You know, we have a pretty good staff. You know, me, Corey, and Richard. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of him, Richard Coombs, from the Blistered Thumbs. He's a writer over there.
Ah, okay.
We actually got him to help us with the site and everything.
Oh, nice.
Hold on, I still don't know how. Oh yeah, it was through you.
Oh yeah, it was through me. My wonder.
Oh, yeah. That
then,
guy.
And then our video editor, he's not even in the States.
Yeah, he's in Ireland.
Oh, one of our news writers is, or former news writers now, Andre, lives in Germany. And then
Really?
we're in Texas. Yeah, he's in Germany, but he speaks 4 languages fluently, I think it is. And then Conway, our other news guy, we're in Texas. He's in Canada. You know, the power of the internet.
Exactly.
Yep. And unfortunately for me, on my end, I actually had a couple local people working for me. And I've had to cut 2 people already. Because they said, oh yeah, I work for you, and like a month and a half down the road, I haven't seen jack squat from them. And I'm like, okay, I can't have you guys around. And the only person I'm keeping around, even though he's not doing anything, is because he can't do anything. Is actually our editor, and he was the co-host before Andrew. Was pretty much the co-founder of this whole thing, Parker. And he can't do anything because he's having to bust his ass in school and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm slowly making my way up too. I started as a writer, then I could start making videos. Now I'm co-host. I'm moving my way up this damn
That's
site.
how you do it, man. I mean,
You're the
one of the
lead
things
writer.
Oh, now I'm the lead writer. You're right. I moved
See?
up another one.
man, one of the things I was told in school when I had, guest speakers come to my classes, the more you can do, the more you're capable of, the more you're willing to learn. Like, those are the guys that people make a spot for, because like you become too valuable to not keep around. So keep doing that, man.
Oh yeah. And so let's see, Andrew, you got any last questions for Bryan?
Well, I have a question I know he can't answer. Because just because I'm a Screw Attack fan and I'm really interested in this whole Screw Attack versus the internet. So I'm just gonna ask, even though I know I'm not gonna get an answer. Maybe just give me a hint. Is there absolutely any way, because this is one I'm kind of anticipating, which I'm not sure if it'll happen or not. Is there any way at all? Is there even a small chance you guys are gonna be doing that with the Game Heroes?
Oh, the Game Heroes? Probably not, just because the main idea, it's not because we don't want to do with them, but it's because one of the biggest ideas behind Screw Attack versus the internet is it's an opportunity for us to go all over the country and get to see, get to meet the G1s, hang out with other people who might not have been able to make it to SGC or Ghouls and Games.
Fair enough. I just had to ask because,
Yeah.
the history with Tom and everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of SGC, what the hell happened? It's been what, 2 years?
This will be the second summer we haven't done it, and I mean we've been busy with site stuff, man. I mean,
I know.
we have some people in the office who are just busting ass, but no one has enough ass left to bust for SGC, I guess.
All right.
We like to do it again someday, but who knows when that'll be at this point.
Did you ever see Hybrid Rain's video where he's running through a battlefield and he's carrying the SGC flag, and
I remember that
all of a
one,
sudden,
yeah.
all of a sudden you hear this announcement from Craig saying there will not be an SGC in 2011. All of a sudden, he gets hit by a grenade and the flag falls or something.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Birthdays are canceled. No more. No. All right.
Side Scrollers takes away your birthday.
Exactly. All right. I think I'll be done questioning you. So.
All right.
I think that ends the middle segment.
All right.
Thank you, Bryan, for letting us question you and interrogate you.
Exactly.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh.
We know you're lying, damn it.
This was an entirely honest past 20 minutes. I promise.
Uh-huh. Sure. Alright. So
Like the three options is like truth, doubtful, lying.
I know.
See, what you don't see is, like, I'm
Water.
looking at Skype, or, like, Skype right now, and there's, like, red, blue, and green options. Like, which way do I go?
It's the ending of Mass Effect.
Yep.
Alright, so
Now, which one do you use the Stargazer?
Stargazer.
Isn't that, like, the little child at the very end who's supposed to be, like, Buzz Aldrin or something? More spoilers, I guess.
I have no idea.
Alright.
Alright, so now we're gonna move on to people doing stupid shit. Hit the music.
That was wait. We can't do it like that.
Oh,
Once more with feeling.
a more with feeling?
I will
Corey.
do it, and I will do it stuttering Craig style. It is time for people doing stupid shit. Hit the music.
Ow, my ears.
He could have gone higher.
Could have. I just chose not to.
Alright.
Andrew,
So-
you got the
Yeah,
stories for us?
I have 3 stories. Alright. So, a New Zealand man is enraged because he lost his keys. What does this guy do? What does this guy do because he's so upset?
Break a window?
He beats a horse for no reason.
New Zealand man enraged over lost keys tries to strangle a goat.
What?
I was close.
Was this like the first thing he saw? It's like, goat, you're going down.
Matthew Batt, 26, was sentenced to months community detention, 200 hours community work, and 12 months supervision as he was disqualified from driving for 15 months. Westport District Court heard that Batt had become enraged, losing his house keys, and started smashing windows at his home. Hey, you were right. As well as being loud and abusive. He then went to his mother's house where he started strangling the family's pet goat and smashed its head against the wall.
Goat, you've crossed me for the last time!
Oh, there's more though. The goat was not seriously harmed. His sister was next in the firing line. He threw glass at her and began to punch her. Jesus.
God damn.
That's just like getting back for something in his childhood. He was like, this is an
for
excuse.
breaking my action figure.
Basically, you bent my Wookiee!
Alright, and guess who tried to stop him first?
Mom.
The goat.
Or the goat.
His grandmother tried to subdue him by spraying him with oven cleaner.
She couldn't find the mace, could she?
Bear mace him.
Oven cleaner is just not the same.
Alright, so there's that one. Next one. Con man. He's stealing, right? He's
Like you do.
Like you do. Now, what is probably one of the worst things you can do when you're leaving?
Walk in front of the police station.
Forget your wallet.
He accidentally dials 911 while robbing them.
You
Pray
accidentally
God,
just-
why?
Did he like butt down 911 or something?
Authorities say a Connecticut man accidentally dialed 911 from his cell phone while stealing about 700 pounds of scrap metal.
Wait till like he pocket dialed?
Yes.
Oh no!
Police say the 46-year-old man was arrested after robbery from a Southington merchant. Reports was charged Thursday with a third-degree criminal trespassing. That's all it says, so we can assume he was probably butt dialing.
Oh, what cruel irony.
Wait, how the hell is he stealing 700 pounds of scrap metal?
I'm sure he had like a truck and an accomplice.
He's got like a skid loader and just drives it away.
Yeah. He's got one of those like have you seen I don't know if they have these outside of Texas. There's a storage service called Pods. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
I'm not,
Maybe
but
Basically the idea is you have a storage unit that they will throw on an 18-wheeler, bring out to you, you load everything up on it, and then they'll take it away when you're ready to to ship it off. And they'll go stick it in this little pod service. It's a portable storage unit basically.
Yeah.
Maybe he rolled in with one of those.
yeah,
I don't know.
no joke.
I'm rambling.
That's okay.
This is why I'm not on side scrollers besides like the camera.
We hear you. You're in every episode, though. We always hear you. They always ask you stuff.
I think what's funny is like half the stuff they ask you about, like Craig will ask you about, that we hear you reply is usually sports.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the room who Craig can talk to at that point.
Right?
Craig needs some kind of vindication, and it's me.
At least Chad tries. Jared's like, I don't care. Chad's like, there's a ball. It's getting hit.
Someone sported?
Exactly.
Is it just you and Craig that are the only ones who care for sports?
I
don't know. Like, what about Sam or
no, not
Lauren?
Sam. Well, one of our interns, Sean, or we call him Sean Turn because we already had a Sean. Sean Turn we'll talk sports with, and then actual Sean to some degree. As time goes by, we've added more sports. Jared will make his attempt to talk to us. That usually won't go past, so someone sported pretty good, didn't they? They sported sports? That is a conversation about sports with Jared.
You know, I think it would be a great conversation for sports with just anybody in the office. Talk about Ultimate Taser Ball.
I was the one who found the trailer for that in the office. My favorite thing about that is that, like, they have names for their teams, like they're from Los Angeles and Toronto. But I was looking on their site, and they tape in Bangkok, Thailand. It's the one place on Earth where you could conceivably get away with this, and it's fucking Thailand. It's like, this makes too much sense.
Alright, let's go to our last story, because holy crap. Alright, so, a Chinese youth, he really, really wanted an iPad, okay? He really wanted one. Now, he sold something to get this iPad. What did he sell?
Mom's kidneys.
His wiener.
Brian, you were closer. He sold his own kidney to pay for one.
Well, you got two.
A 17-year-old boy, a resident of Anhui province, reportedly came up online information describing how he could hawk a kidney over the internet. So, he put one like on eBay or something.
They don't last that long.
Like new.
Slightly used.
He arranged such a sale and had the organ removed in a Funan Province hospital, receiving some 22,000 yen, or $3,500 in cash.
That's why I see a few iPads.
Yeah, exactly. However, knowing him to be broke, his mother became suspicious on seeing what he had bought. Suspecting perhaps he was up to no good, she confronted him, and son had confessed had sold a kidney. His mother immediately reported the matter to the police, but the organ dealer was nowhere to be found, and the hospital's identified claimed it had nothing to do with the case.
Shady. That's beyond shady.
Holy crap. The youth has his iPad, but it is said to regret having sold a kidney on the black market.
He needed his fix.
I didn't know kidneys were...
Angry Birds.
Right? I must play Fruit Ninja.
No, I just have like this image of like this. You go on like eBay and you see like one of those like styrofoam like coolers, and like it just says it's like human kidney, like new.
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's a buy now, because they have to wait for a bid. That would.
Oh, it would have to be buy it now. Like the shelf life of a kidney outside of the body is just not as long as you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
It's not a seller's market.
Exactly. Oh,
Logic.
Alright, so that's it for the news desk. It was funny. It was good today. So, I think that's it for today, right, Corey?
I believe so. So, it is time to move on to our final segment, shoutouts. Andrew, you want to go first?
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and do a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Brian and Screw Attack. Just tell them thank you one more time for coming onto the show. It means a lot.
My pleasure, guys. My pleasure.
Yeah, it was fun. So there's my shout out. How about you, Corey?
Well, damn it! Now I gotta come up with something.
You took his idea.
Good.
Let's see. My shout out goes to Game for closing down. because they made horrible, horrible business decisions.
Alright, how about you, Brian?
But you know what? You know what? How about scratch that? How about eBay for allowing the sale of like new kidneys?
Yeah. eBay will sell anything. My shadow. Actually, I'll go with this came out this past week. I don't remember the name of the guys who did it, but there was a Wing Commander. Do you guys play Wing Commander? Do you know Wing Commander?
Yeah.
I know it. I haven't played it.
Okay, Wing Commander was like one of my games growing up. Like starting with Heart of the Tiger, the third one, and this past week, a fan project came out. That's a new Wing Commander, and somehow EA didn't shut it down. It's happened. I have it installed. Like I can't wait to go play it. So it's WCSaga.com is where you can get it. So props to those guys for making more Wing Commander. They make me happy.
Until EA sees it and they're like, we need to make a new Wing Commander with the new Frostbite engine. Or something.
They've already crapped on the Origin names, so I mean, no, actually they crapped on Wing Commander 2 back when they had a Wing Commander Arena for XBLA. That was bad. Imagine like a game set in space, but you could only move left and right.
Oh God,
That
it's
is stupid.
Even though it should like be in 3D space.
Why does that
Exactly.
remind me of like the first Battlestar Galactica online game?
I don't know.
Anybody know what I'm talking about?
I don't recall it.
Like you could only either fly like as the human ships or the Cylon ships, and you could literally like you had to move with the WASD keys, but you can only
Like
move
you're driving a
with-
car?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
And-
Wing Commander Arena. Same idea.
yeah.
Terrible idea, sounds like.
It was
Oh, yeah.
horrible. It was
Oh, yeah.
absolutely horrible. And
This-
the only reason I played it is because I was a big Battlestar junkie back in the day.
See, this is why the only MMO I play is League of Legends.
Oh, that's a fun game too. Nunu's my jam. It's all about that Yeti eating the minions.
Yeah.
Dude, Nunu's the shit. I don't care if he's like an easy character. He's awesome.
You know what? Me and you will have to play later if you're up.
Sure.
What's that DOS game that Sam was getting into again? It was like Dwarf.
Oh, Dwarf Fortress.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, this still exists?
Yeah, he's been playing. Actually, we had a kind of like a little LAN not too long ago, and between matches, Sam was playing Dwarf Fortress.
All right, so I hate to do this because I'm enjoying this a lot, but I think we need to end today's show. It's ran a little late.
All right.
True. We have gone over our 45-minute mark.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We would like to thank Mr. Bryan Baker for coming out to the podcast today. Thank
Glad
you
to be
very
here.
much, Brian. Thank you very
Huh.
much.
It's been fun.
You want to leave the viewers with a heartfelt message?
Let's see. Well, viewers or listeners, thank you for taking the time to enjoy my voice and the voice of Andrew and Corey here on the Overshield. Be sure to check out screwtack.com. Here's my plug for all the news, reviews, community, and original content, and all that good stuff that we do. Yeah.
And don't forget about Screw Attack After Dark, where you check your friendships at the door.
Man, people were not prepared for that when we did Mario Party 2.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
People were not prepared for that.
God, no. How about, what's the swear counter up to for Jared?
Oh, from the marathon.
First one? Yeah, from the first one. It was like almost like 120 or something like that.
Somewhere up there. And it was all great because Nick's never moved. That was the best part.
Nick was the innocent one.
Yeah, Nick's numbers just never moved. They were always 0.
Alright, and on that note, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.